Granola is the perfect breakfast and a tasty snack throughout the day. The problem is you can't find a healthy version of it in stores anywhere that doesn't have tons of sugar and oil. I'll show you how to make a fast, easy version right now. Let's do it. Hey everybody, this is Dylan. You know I'm all about helping you to simplify your healthy whole plant food diet, but why are you doing it? But why do we even care about the way we eat? For me, it's because I want to feel well, rested, high energy. I don't want to rely on blood pressure and cholesterol meds. I want to keep a healthy, lean weight without having to put a lot of effort into it. So that's what my why is. What's yours? We are making a really healthy granola today because you really can't find healthy granola. Reebs, come on in. Grab that camera, get cozy. This is stupid. Cancel the channel. Before we start, this recipe is from our YouTube Favorites Volume 1 cookbook. We've got 3 cookbooks available now, and you can get a bundle discount if you get them all at once. The way this recipe works is I've got like a single batch version that starts with 1 banana. So it'd be like a 1 banana and a cup of oats sized granola. But I never ever make that small of a batch because why would you go to the trouble unless you're gonna make a nice big batch that'll last you some time? So what I recommend is at least making like a triple batch. I usually make like a 10x batch, so 10 bananas. Today we're just gonna do a double batch. Since our way of eating does not include any animal products, we get our omega-3s, our fatty acid, whatever, from chia seeds and flax seeds. Make sure you grind them though, because otherwise you can't get anything out of these seeds unless you break through them first. The nice thing about flax seed is also that it is a really good binder. It is really nice for holding this granola together, so it has some nice clumps. I like to shake my bullet blender a little just to keep everything hitting the blade evenly. I almost never keep this blender stationary. Next, we're gonna make what will end up being kind of the liquidy part of the granola. A couple of bananas is what I'm using. Try to get them as ripe as you can. They can be almost black on the outside, falling apart when you take them out. These aren't even as ripe as normally when I do it.
Can you use frozen bananas in this?
Yes, thaw them out first. Frozen bananas should work great. Then we got some daglet dates. I like the daglet dates because they're pretty cheap. For each banana I use a few dates and I squeeze them to make sure the pit has actually been removed. Like I was saying, normally I make a really big batch of this so I don't have to scrape down the edges, but if you need to, scrape down your edges and let it grind again. You don't need your dates to be like totally ground up. It's nice to have little bits of dates in your granola. It's a nice sweet burst. Let's go again. Okay, now we're just gonna pour this nice batter, if you wanna call it that, into a bowl, and this is the start of it. Now I've got one other way I wanted to show you using our date powder. It's just a fine, beautiful powder of dried dates that have been ground up. Just throw in some of that, and then just throw in your 2 ripe bananas and just mash away with the potato masher. Mix it up with the spatula so everything's well combined, and boom, you've got the easy way using our date powder. So there you have it, 2 versions. Enjoy. Now we're gonna add some cinnamon and vanilla powder. You could have put this in the food processor as well, by the way. I often do, but I didn't think of it, so now we're just gonna throw it in. We've got the chia seeds and the flax seeds that we ground up. The nuts and seeds are optional, but I love them. I mean, it's a pretty critical part of granola, but you got options if you're trying to avoid the nuts and seeds for weight loss or something. I've got a mix of slivered almonds, the little pepitas, which are the pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds. Like I said, this recipe is from our cookbook, but we will put it down below in the description box of this video. There's a link that'll take you to the blog post that'll have all the measurements, all the little variations we've talked about. Now I've got oats. For every 1 banana, I'm putting in a cup of plain old-fashioned rolled oats. We're just mixing it. If I'm doing a normal batch, I'm probably gonna have my hands in there, squeezing it, mixing everything together. Look how beautiful this looks.
It's almost an oat cluster.
It's a lot like our oat clusters, Reebs. It's just a slightly different format.
When you do the 10x batch, you need that monster spoon.
You definitely need a monster spoon for the 10x batch. Would you like me just to show you? You just mix it like this. But it's in a huge bowl full to the top. Check out my other granola video. You want to see something like that. Now I've just got a simple parchment lined baking sheet that we're gonna bake with. Let's put our granola on there and then just flatten it out. If you were making a big batch, it's okay that it's not like real flat. You can be a little bit thick. I've done it where it comes to the top ridge of this baking sheet. I don't want any spots that are like super thick. If you got the space, spread it out so it's relatively even, and then it will all kind of cook the same. There you have it. The oven's at 350. Let's throw it in for 20 minutes and we'll be right back. Look at this beautiful granola. Oh my good, we're not done yet because
I didn't think it was gonna do that.
What granola have you eaten that looks like that? So
I'm about to, like a fruit leather.
You could, if you like it. Now you could just wait for this to cool, because it's obviously very hot right now, and you could break it up by hand, or you can grab your food processor again. If you were already using it, then what I usually do, and I do this in batches, because again, I usually make a much larger batch than this, and you just kind of take pieces of it and throw it in your food processor, and we're just gonna bust it up. I invented this method. Don't go too much because you're gonna break everything into tiny little crumbs, and you don't want that. So you gotta practice this just a couple of times, and you'll know exactly how you personally like it. You could then take these big pieces and throw them in your next batch that you're gonna pulse. You wanna separate it because you don't wanna keep pulsing just to break that up and keep pulsing all of this, because then it'll be too broken up. Okay, boom. Now it's all busted up into pieces that I like, and we've got this beautiful granola, but it's still not dried out enough. So now what I do is, often if I'm doing a big batch, I'll actually use twice as many baking sheets as I did in the first baking. But in this case, we had plenty of space on our one sheet. You wanna spread it out pretty good. I turned the oven down to 250, and we're just gonna throw this back in for 20 minutes. Oh boy. That is granola. This is still a little flexible. It's not quite crunchy. Don't wait until it's crunchy in the oven, or else when it cools, it's gonna be like petrified. You want it to be just a little bit soft in the oven so that when it cools, it's a regular amount of crunchy. Now this is what I like to do. I like it in the mason jars. So for every 2 bananas, it's about 1 mason jar's worth of granola. Are you ready to see how I like to eat this granola? This is my favorite way. Is this your favorite way too, Reeves?
Oh, heck yeah.
So I got my mixed berries, yogurt. Do you want to learn how to make the tastiest, most natural, delicious, cheapest ever soy-based yogurt? Soy yogurt, all it is soybeans and water, and then I add the frills when I go to eat it. Sign up for our live cooking show. We're doing a free trial right now. There's a link down below, wellyourworld.com/free trial, and you can get our next 2 live shows. Join us, and then you'll get access to all of our previous shows too. And we've made yogurt on the show a couple of times. The whole process, all the tools, everything. You can learn how to make my perfect soy yogurt. So sign up for our free trial of our show. Go back and catch that episode, and join us on the 2 new shows that are coming up. We'd love to have you. Because our yogurt is unsweetened, I do like to put another tablespoon or even just a couple of teaspoons of our date powder to add a little more sweetness. Then boom, boom, it's a matter of just immersing the blender. Look at the color change. Beautiful yogurt, and the texture is amazing. You get that in your bowl. This has already cooled down and it's getting crunchier. As much as you want, throw it in your bowl.
Whoa, you can't even see the yogurt.
Well, we're gonna stir it around. Well, actually, I think I need more granola. This is a meal. We eat a lot. Now you got granola, yogurt. This is the most delightful breakfast bowl you've ever seen. What do you say, folks?
Let's eat.
Oh my goodness. The yogurt is tart, but it's sweet. The granola is like the perfect texture. This is a truly delightful meal. Would you like to taste it?
That is the perfect crunch. And it's sweet, but it's not like too sweet. And the yogurt's good too.
I guess I'll let you eat the rest of the bowl then.
Okay.
Okay. Y'all, I hope you love this granola. It is the world's best and healthiest. You can find the recipe down below in the blog post, or it's in our YouTube favorites cookbook, along with tons of other healthy whole plant food recipes. And join us for a live cooking show free trial. The link's down below. We'll see you there and on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.